Should the 49ers take a look at Davante Adams? The offseason is officially underway following the team's recent decision to honor wide receiver Deebo Samuel's trade request. NBC Sports Bay Area's 49ers beat writer Jennifer Lee Chan joined the drive. Guys, this week to talk all about the 49ers' offseason plans, including why now was the time to move on from Samuel, if a Brock Purdy extension is on its way soon, and if San Francisco should take a look at veteran WR Davante Adams, who hit the free agent market earlier this week. Deebo Samuel, dealt by the San Francisco 49ers to the Washington Commanders over the weekend, took to social media on Monday to clarify his feelings about his now former team and his conditioning in 2024. Following a disappointing 2024 season, the veteran wide receiver requested a trade, and the 49ers eventually obliged. He posted Monday on X, "49ers know where I stand with them, and it's nothing but love." Love John Lynch, the general manager, and Kyle Shanahan, the head coach, to death. No bad blood, no way, shape, or form. They know I'm more than appreciative of everything. They done for me as a player and a man nothing but love. Deebo Samuel also responded to a quote from The Athletic's Tim Barrows, speaking on the TK Show podcast. Barrows said Samuel's weight in 2024 got really high, and there may have been reasons for that. Not able to work out because of pneumonia, not able to work out because of injuries. But that's a concern. I think the 49ers had that concern the minute he showed up in Santa Clara in 2019, and it never fully went away. 49ers should trade for Raiders. Tight end, a viable number 2 tight end, is something the 49ers have been after for the last 2 years. A viable number 2 tight end is something the 49ers have been after for the last 2 years. The benefits of having one can improve and give the offense a new dynamic. It'll also ease George Kittle's burden. Surely the 49ers will look to find that player this offseason in free agency and the NFL draft. But there is another way the 49ers can find their number 2 tight end. It's by trading for one, and there happens to be an available player. According to a report by The Athletic, the Raiders are shopping tight end Michael Mayer. He was a fairly touted draft prospect 2 years ago. The Raiders drafted him in the second round with the 35th overall pick. However, that was 2 regimes ago for the Raiders. The staff that drafted him is long gone, and the Raiders have All-Pro Brock Bowers now. Mayer missed 6 games last season due to personal reasons and only tallied 21 catches on 31 targets for 156 yards. With Bowers already an elite player, there's no room for Mayer to fit. Mayer is expendable, so it makes sense why the Raiders want to trade him. He is a player the 49ers should be all over. Mayer was a solid blocker and pass catcher going into the draft. He would be an excellent fit as a number 2 tight end and understudy of Kittle. Plus, the 49ers will have him under contract for the next 2 years. It shouldn't cost the 49ers more than a 5th-round pick to acquire him. They should give up the one they just acquired from the Commanders in the Deebo Samuel trade. The Raiders have zero attachment to Mayer now that this is the second new regime under head coach Pete Carroll and general manager John Spytek. A 5th-round pick would be looked at as a win for the Raiders. Now, the pushback is the Raiders never deal with the 49ers. However, I think that changes now that Tom Brady's helping call the shots. If there is a deal to be made to help the team, the Raiders will do it. I think doing business with the 49ers will be plausible from now on. Mayer should be a player the 49ers can bring in without any hang-up. He is by no means a sure thing to be excellent in his role or even sufficient, but he's worth the acquisition. See what he can do in an offense that will know how to utilize him and go from there. It fits into the youth movement the 49ers appear to be on, so why not? Why Sherman believes 49ers trading Deebo simplifies the offense. The 49ers agreeing to trade wide receiver Deebo Samuel to the Washington Commanders on Saturday, if nothing else, provided San Francisco clarity on its offensive pecking order for the 2025 NFL season and beyond. Former 49ers cornerback Richard Sherman reacted to the trade on the latest episode of the Richard Sherman podcast and explained how the move can benefit the still star-studded offense as a whole. Richard Sherman podcast. Sometimes you have too many mouths to feed and you don't have enough footballs, Sherman explained. There's only one football, and you're trying to feed Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk. You're trying to get it to Deebo, and now you got this draft pick in Ricky Pearsall, and you're trying to make sure you keep everybody happy, and it's very difficult to do. And I think this kind of simplifies things. I think it gets Kittle more involved in the offense, and he obviously has been fantastic and one of the best tight ends in the game. And I think that's something down the stretch that Kyle Shanahan realized that, hey, we're not using George Kittle. Enough. We need to find a way to get him the ball, and you cannot get everybody the ball when you have so many mouths to feed. Sherman not only believes trading Samuel simplifies the 49ers offense, but takes some pressure off quarterback Brock Purdy's shoulders. I think this is, sometimes, addition by subtraction, Sherman said. Kinda simplifying, hey, I don't have to get the ball to all these guys anymore. I can just run the offense more straightforward. If the San Francisco 49ers were going to have to pay Deebo's bonus and pay his salary for the year, then of course they would get more draft compensation. This was a situation where they got something for him, and they put him in a place he wanted to be, and he was able to keep the salary that he was making. Sherman and Samuel were teammates on the 49ers for 2 seasons in 2019 and 2020. And if there is any former player who knows how valuable Samuel was to San Francisco and could be for the Commanders, it's Sherman. However, the 5-time Pro Bowl corner believes a parting of ways was best for both parties. Deebo Samuel expresses true feelings toward 49ers in blunt social media. Post the saga of Deebo Samuel and his time in San Francisco with the 49ers is a curious one. A star wideout who helped his team reach 2 Super Bowls while establishing himself as a top player at his position gets traded for a later-round draft pick at seemingly the prime of his career. That storyline has internal strife and bad blood written all over it. Strangely enough, unless all parties are lying here, that wasn't the case. A quick trade without a loss of fanfare sent Samuel to the Washington Commanders, who now find themselves as contenders after their first appearance in the NFC Championship game since 1991. And after requesting the trade, Samuel seems happy, not just with his destination, but with the entire process and his time in San Francisco. 49ers know where I stand with them, and it's nothing but love. Love John and Kyle to death, Samuel posted on X. No bad blood, no way, shape, or form. They know him more than appreciative of everything they've done for me as a player and a man. Nothing but love. The Niners had an offseason last year, finishing last in the division and missing the playoffs altogether. Poor play and injuries plagued the team all year, plus general manager John Lynch is about to have to pay his star quarterback roughly $50 million per season or more. Samuel is out, the 49ers are out from under his contract talks, and everyone seems happy. For now.